All right, we'll get started. I'll call the meeting to order. Member declaration of conflict of interest at the proper time. Approval minutes from the previous meeting. Get a resolution. John Ruth, Wayne, all in favor? Carried. I'll now read the application. Notice of public hearing for file A-05-24 minor variance. Applicant Brady Doyle, located at 7060 Warwick Village Road, to allow for the construction of a tall vehicle storage shed / garage. The proposed accessory structure would result in a structure height of 7 meters measured from the finished floor to the tallest point of the structure. This exceeds a maximum height restriction of 5.5 meters for detached accessory buildings, as outlined in section 3-3-4 of the Township of Warwick zoning bylaw. Take notice of an application under the above file will be heard by the Committee of Adjustment on December 3rd, 9 a.m. at the Warwick Township Municipal Office. Any person may attend the public hearing and or make written or oral representation either in support or in opposition to the proposed minor variance. The meeting will also be live streamed on the Township YouTube channel. I'll now ask the Secretary to read the dates and places of notice of public meeting.
Notices were hand delivered and posted on the property on November 22nd, 2024.
Are there any letters, submissions supporting or opposing the application?
All the comments that were received are included with the planner's report on your agenda.
Thank you. I'll now ask Johan to read the planner's report.
Through the chair, thank you. Good morning, respected committee members and the viewing public. So as mentioned, this is a minor variance for a taller shed. What our bylaw allows is 5.5 meters maximum height for a accessory structure accessory to a residential use, which is the case here. Brady, the applicant, he wants a taller shed, so that's 7 meters. And the reason for that is he wants the taller shed to fit in his semi-tractor trailer. Next slide, okay. So this is the site location. So it's 7060 Warwick Village Road, and the zoning of the property is A1. So it's a rural residential lot. It has a house on it. The surrounding zones are A1 as well. So it's the lot surrounded by agricultural land, which are open fields. Next slide, please. So this is a picture of Brady's property. So that's 7060 from the road. Where he plans to put the storage unit is, the storage shed is towards the back of the property. Next slide, please. This is the proposed storage structure location. It's towards the back of the property. Next slide, please. So this is a photo to the south, and this is just to show it's open field. Next slide, please. This is to the north, that's open field as well. Next slide. This is across the road, that's open field as well. Next slide. And this is the minor variance diagram. And so the reason I had those previous images in was basically to show that there's not going to be any land compatibility issues because it's all open field surrounding. We give a bit more leeway for these kind of variances when there are no land compatibility issues, right? A bit more height is okay because it is an agricultural context. In an agricultural context, we generally allow taller buildings for farms, for example. Farm silos, that kind of stuff. So this would fit that agricultural context. So the bylaw requires 5.5 meters, but what's being proposed is 7 meters, the height of the building. And the reason for that is he has a semi-tractor trailer that requires a 14-foot door, which I believe is around 4.2 meters. And with the pitch of the roof, it would come up to 7 meters. So usually we don't like in allowing minor variances for height for an accessory structure, a garage, for example, to a residential use, because what a lot of people do is they'll put a place for the kids to play above the garage, right? And if there's a fire, there's no way for them to escape. So a way to limit that is to limit the actual height of the structure as well, or if someone puts an ADU there later down the line. Now, in this case, we have conditions saying that it can't be used for human habitation. So it's just for storage of the vehicles. So it's the storage of his truck, his personal vehicles, anything else like lawnmowers, snowmobiles, that kind of case. In that case, it's okay. It does seem quite large for an accessory structure, but how we limit the size of accessory structures, the footprint is through coverage. We allow up to 10% for an accessory structure in a for residential use. And in this case, even though it looks large, it's less than 6%. So that's okay. Next slide, please. So it meets all the intent of the various planning policies, and it meets the four tests of a minor variance. Next slide. And the recommendation to the Committee of Adjustment is to approve this minor variance with the conditions outlined. And that's it. I'm open to any questions you may have.
Thanks, Johan. Brady, do you have any comments or explanation? No?
No,
Okay,
no, this is the first time I've ever done it. I'm just here to learn.
all right. Obviously, there's no one in attendance to have any questions or comments. Any of the committee members have any questions for Johan or comments? As there's no further questions, the committee hereby closes this portion of the meeting. Notice of the decision will be mailed out within 10 days from the date of the committee's decision. The appeal period is 20 days after the date the decision is mailed. After that date, if there are no appeals filed, then the application becomes final and the property owner will be sent a notice. Thanks everyone for attending, and now I'd ask the committee for a decision. Wayne?
I make a motion, we accept the planner's report and approve this minor variance with conditions.
Thank you. Seconder?
I'll second that motion.
All in favor? Motion carried. Any other business? I will adjourn the meeting then.